thank you so much, and big ups to the whole college team, and especially the students for organizing this. I mean, it's really good that we have platforms like College today to be able to put something like this together and evolve with time. So thank you so much, College, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you in the Student Impact Summit. Let me quickly try and share my screen with you guys. Um, I wanted to actually quickly show a small video, Suchita, and then we can come to that. All right, just a second.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So just quickly before I start, this is going to be an action-packed 20 minutes that I have got. Really wish I had more. But yes, I want to quickly talk to you guys about what we've done at Feeding from Far, how it started, and how it's relevant, and our association with Ecology, and how it really helped, generate the kind of impact that we have reached till now. So quickly, just heading to the small video that I just want to show you.
There's no sound, Paritosh.
There's no song, yes, yes. I just want it to be a visual. Yes. Just a second. So can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
All right. So Feeding from Far is basically a community-led movement on social media mainly. It started during the Janta curfew, when the first Janta curfew was ever announced. Um, I am from a privileged background, like a lot of us, and there was this feeling inside that maybe I won't be able to do enough, and for the crisis that our country is going to see, there are going to be a lot of things that our country is going to see, and that's what has happened in the last 1.5 years. But I just definitely decided that I wanted to be part of a solution. I wanted to be part of someone who's doing things, as opposed to and play a significant role, whatever best I can. No amount of magnitude is less or more. Just the fact that you're doing something at this point of time is all what matters. And to be very honest, by the end of this presentation, the kind of impact that we have reached is something that was not envisioned at all throughout the journey of our 1.5 years. 22nd March 2020, the first Janta curfew was announced. And we saw numerous articles from around the world where wherever lockdowns were announced, we were seeing a lot of migrant crisis, and majorly food was something that was going to be the biggest impact, because the country, not just our country, the world runs through unorganized sectors, and all of them are people who are working mainly today so that they can feed themselves tomorrow. In such a situation, when you are locking them down, the privileged class is someone who is basically not that affected as these people, because they are the ones that are not going to be fed tomorrow. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people, not just me, a lot of people throughout the world have stepped up to solve that emergency problem. Think of taking out a fish from the sea water and then telling it to survive, right? So that is exactly what I mean, the situation has done to them. There's no one to be blamed. But of course, there's a problem, and it's not just my problem. It's everyone's problem. It's everyone who's listening to this. It's everyone who's supported us, everyone who's been part of us. And that's one of the reasons why, when all of us recognize this problem, is when we're able to solve it. So no better platform than this Student Impact Summit, where we're talking about something that was done in India. And we're not the only ones who are doing this, but we're quickly just going to share our story. I'm a hotel management graduate, and I'm from the restaurant field. I have a small a restaurant chain in Bombay. Of course, that got completely shut because of the lockdown, and I was at home. and saw these articles saying I have to do something about this. My basic idea was to set up a community kitchen, which will not be run by people like you, but it will be run by the people who really want to be part of the solution. They're the ones who need the food. Because we have COVID guidelines, because we have COVID constraints, I'd say it had to be a decentralized model of hunger eradication. And that is what we call feeding from far. It started as a tagline saying, building a bridge between the people who want to help with the ones who need the help. All right. And anything after this is something that none of, like me as a founder or any of our team members, have done in their life. No one taught us how to run a crowdfunding campaign. No one taught us how to run a community kitchen. I am a hotels background, but we were never taught how to run a community kitchen, which is not a conventionally run kitchen where, you know, you have chefs, you have all these trained people who know how to run kitchen, basic understanding of how kitchens run, etc., etc. You're working with people who have absolutely no idea, but all of them have this strong feeling that this is the only thing that will maybe solve the hunger issue in our area. So whatever they're telling us, let's follow it. And we had no idea how to deal with the administration. We had no idea how to build on ground systems to run this whole thing. What will be the system? How should we manage a community run kitchen in such a large scale, and also make sure that we are not delivering food to everyone's house and not the COVID virus. So there were like numerous challenges throughout to solve it. And how we solved all of this is what I'm going to take you guys through. um, I live in a place called Powai in Mumbai, which is about 20 minutes from the place where we started this campaign, which is in Govandi. Govandi is one of the biggest slum clusters in Mumbai. It's got the least life expectancy of an average life expectancy of just 39 years of age. It hosts Mumbai's oldest and largest waste dumping ground. Basically, the situation was anyway bad over there, and thanks to the lockdown, it became even worse. So and obviously I'm not from the social service background like majority of us over here, but I wanted to go to a place which is relatively closer to my house, because I also wanted to, the whole idea was to make the system decentralized. And that's the reason why I wanted to be in a place where I can quickly to and fro go and come back every day without risking a lot of other people. I was the only non-Govandiite over here. Everyone on ground are people from Govandi. Okay. So that is how we started. I put up a post on social media. All of us can do what we did. I'll be very honest about it. I would like to maybe decentralize the whole idea also, so that by the end of this, we all have this motivation to be able to solve this problem in whatever scale that we can around our place. All right. Uh, Everyone has social media over here. Everyone have this basic set of well-wishers who know you. You have schoolmates, you have people who you are from your family, extended from mates, acquaintances, etc., etc. And this community is only growing. So just put out the idea, put out the fact that you want to initiate something, and you are put out all your vulnerabilities also, so that it actually looks like a problem. It looks like some that you really are reaching out for help. The only difference between the people who read your post and you is that you have initiated, and they are going to be helping you with whatever it takes, and whatever help you get is your extent. Okay, if there are 10 people who are ready to help you, that's the best you can do. Do that bit and have a peaceful sleep, and at the end of the day. So that is how you should approach this, and that is the reason why we will be able to scale our campaign. I put up a basic idea on my Instagram, um, saying that this is the whole problem that our country is facing, and I'm really feeling sad and nervous about this is the this is the state of hunger that people will be there, and that I have an idea. I don't know where to start. I didn't even know that I have to start at Govandi, but I basically had the idea that this is the community kitchen idea and how this is going to be implemented. I need blah 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 things. If there's anyone of you who want to help, please comment or share or reach out to me or whatever. And that's how Feeding from Far started. I put up a post and my friends started commenting. My friends started reaching out to me. Some are ex-lawyers, some are people from social media, some people are influencers, but to each its own, to everyone's circle, all depends on that. And that's it. We started, help started coming from a lot of places. We wanted to solve one of the biggest problem, that was funds, because again, we're not from community like places that have huge funds, or not like conventional NGO backgrounds that can solve that, that already have these basic setup. But again, guys, thanks to the 21st century, thanks to the digital age, you have something called crowdfunding. Crowdfunding, literally all these crowdfunding platforms that are there, even in India, places like Give India, or Keto is what we use, or Milap, but depends on whatever you guys can use. They're all made for people like you and me, who have a basic feeling to solve some societal issue, whether it's a single person's health problem, or a bigger problem that we also took over. So all, I mean, so that is how we approached our crowdfunding. Till date, we are one of the biggest crowdfunding platforms in crowdfunded campaigns in the country. We have raised more than 4.5 crores. It looks like a huge number right now, but we literally started from 1 rupee. And trust me, that none of us have seen that kind of money in our lives. But again, it started, we were sure that we wanted to start small, and we wanted to start from whatever we can. Even if we get the first rupee, we will make sure that our intentions are clear. So we'll be implementing it. I mean, and making sure that that money goes only to feed people. And that's also the beauty of good intentions. I'll tell you guys, if you put that out there, and you put your problem out there, and you're aggressive about solving a problem, solutions will come to you, either from yourself or the people who are connecting to you. Okay, and the thing will keep growing. I mean, honestly, I'll be very honest, there's no reason I can meet an organization like Ecology or Suchita, but it is all because people talked about us, people connect people. And it's like a small, it's a radio frequency that you start connecting to, and you will in the end keep meeting the people who will actually come and help you. All you need to do is take initiative. We started the kitchen. For the first 1.5 months, we served more than 4.5 lakh meals. A lot of my friends helped put up this whole social media campaign, the Instagram page that you saw, the videos that came over there, the graphic designers that helped. They're all volunteers. Majority of them are not from my circle. I would say 99% are not from my circle. It's just that 10 people help you connect to the other 10, and so on and so on and so on. And you need to be self-motivated to be, to stick to what you're doing, to be able to have a strong belief in what you're here for, and not be in the pressure of, hey, I mean, I've done already this much, I've already posted, my family members already know about this thing that I'm doing. So, whether it's growing or not at all. You're here to just do your best, and that's what you continue doing. A lot of celebrities saw our work purely on social media. They saw the kind of work that we are doing, the impact that we're doing. We were very honest about our work also. Thanks to these crowdfunding platforms, we're very honest about our updates also. If we're able to complete what we are claiming, we are honest about it. If we are not able to complete it, we're honest about the reasons also. Because ultimately we're all human beings, even though we are digitally connected. We understand constraints, we understand the problem, especially in a COVID-19 situation, where till date we've been fighting so much vulnerability and lack of information about what and how things are going to be panning out. Think about 1.5 years ago, when no one in the country knew, or the world knew, about the virus and the extremities it's going to be heading to. Everything was just knowledge or assumptions, or research, etc., etc. Nothing was practically implemented till as a society, we really experienced and saw it. Because of our effort out there, we got a lot of media attention. A lot of celebrities started helping to work with us. If you must have seen in the second wave, so many Instagram influencers decided to stop doing what they're doing every day, and just decided to connect people who wanted the help with the people who needed the help. And that is again the beauty of our country, that anyone who initiates is someone who's celebrated. Okay, till date, a lot of my friends come say, hey, you did such a great job. I'm like, genuinely, till date, I feel this was the most obvious thing I could have done. And if any of you connect to this thought, if any of you feel that, yeah, this is something that I would, envision myself to be doing, then genuinely stop thinking and believe in the Student Impact Summit ka jo hashtag hai, be a doer. Definitely believe in that, and really go out there. Don't think of things like, I mean, you will have 1,000 questions that keep bothering you, but definitely implement the best thing that you can do at every point of time. And I mean, I don't even want to put out the kind of response that I've got, because till date I don't know where we are heading in terms of scale in the campaign. We are the top five of the top five crowdfunded food campaigns in the country. But that's not what we want to limit ourselves to. That's not what we want to call ourselves at all. We still want to be calling ourselves just people who took initiative to solve our problem, solve an inherent problem. The whole quickly coming to the model of feeding from far, we wanted the community to solve their own problem. So we wanted to empower people in the community who are taking initiative themselves and solving their own issues. So we met some really nice people in Govandi who saw my my post and said, okay, you're looking at solving this problem, do it with us, and I'm ready to take this responsibility in my area. Always celebrate such people. Always, these are the kind of people who will take your campaign ahead. These are the kind of people who are basically your versions. You're doing your best, they're doing their best, let's collaborate, right? And that also is something that is very successful. From literally 10 people to 200 people to 250 people off ground, on ground, and about 75 people on ground, sorry, ulta, 75 people off ground and 250 people on ground in Govandi together made this campaign successful till date. Um, and This is something that is one of our flagships, is that a lot of people call me because my numbers out there saying that, hey, we need help. Okay. And there are a lot of campaigns out there who are helping and take, requests. And it's very difficult for me to tell them that, hey, I can't help. And I do that purely because I can help one person at a point of time, but maybe because of this approach we're able to reach a larger population, a larger goal, is because the whole idea is to decentralize it. Okay, so every time I get a call from someone saying that we need help, I say, hey, these are like maybe like 5-10 NGOs who are taking requests, but our whole idea is that I don't want to be the one sitting in my house in a room deciding who is going to be getting the food or not. Let the people over there decide who are the right people who need the need to be benefited, who are the ones who need to be benefited. And that's one of the reasons why we're able to scale. And last but not the least, I'd like to just end this campaign my talk by saying that recently on the 22nd of July 2021, the Konkan region of Maharashtra saw some massive floods. There's a very beautiful hill station called Chiploon. It's a Konkan. It's a very nice place in Konkan. But unfortunately, that place was completely ruined because of the floods. More than 15 to 30 feet, like the whole city was submerged. The whole population was standing in the terrace just so that they can survive. So many people have also got affected, but thanks to our model, more than 37 people from the area of Chiploon villages around took this responsibility of solving the hunger problem themselves and reached out to us saying that, hey, help us with funds, help us with resources, we will solve the hunger issue in our place. And thanks to all those 37 heroes, more than 33 villages around Chiploon were catered to, and more than 2 lakh meals were distributed in a span of 48 hours. That's purely because of the success of our decentralized model. We don't know where we are heading, but through Ecology and through all these platforms and everyone, we'd like to tell the world that let's come together, solve this problem ourselves, whether it is in a decentralized way, whether it's building the campaign, taking it to the country. More than 10,500 people globally have helped us. More than 500 cities globally have given us money. And this, we're not stopping. We're going ahead. And again, thank you so much, Sayed Bhai and Suchita ji, for giving me this opportunity to talk in this summit. Really looking forward to collaborate with everyone who's going to be watching this. And again, looking forward to whatever colleges we're going to be doing. Really excited for the work that they're doing. Thank you so much.